And blood.
Red, feel free to recap.
Well, let's see what happened last time. Well, we start off with a memorial service for our wonderful dearly departed Astrid, as we did one at the college, the school, as we had a public service for people to come by and mourn, essentially publicly, as we were all there. Um, Freya, our leader, was talking with the people, exchanging pleasantries, stories about her sister, as Naira was there as well, watching and engaging, and Rianne too, along with got a visit from Peter, as they had a bit of a conversation, and he did reveal a little bit of some possible backstory for him, but it was more of a somber mood as they talked and discussed things before Naira came up to speak of Rianne, and we well discuss the future and what to do for going next, as now Lady Freya has to carry on, essentially. And of course, with Lord Damocles going to be coming on his way, we have to prepare for that as well. That was discussions of somber moods and things like that. Peter went to his very old faithful Mr. Goldman, as they had a discussion about, well, reputation is important, and especially for what the plan is of their business adventures for this place, and that how do we get rid of the stain on House Kairos, essentially. And Peter had an idea. He has a very smart idea that he thinks that will help out with the situation, and he's gonna talk to the people he needs to talk to, and don't even worry about it. It's gonna be great. And well, after a day of service and so, and a little bit later on afterwards, Peter brought up his idea of a festival, a way to organize an event that would make it so people would forget about move on past the tragedy and have something to enjoy themselves with. A contest, the theme of medieval theme for people to enjoy and hopefully to entice the rich people that we wish to bring in as customers, essentially. And a little bit back and forth, but we thought it was a great idea, especially since for some of us it was the plan we had for once things are open up to entice new customers. We'll just speed up the project, essentially. And Peter had, well, of course, do the budget, help out with that, and handle marketing, essentially, while we plan everything else. And of course, put up a play and some other things as well, and we all agreed with that. As we went about preparing for that in the next couple of days, as he gave us a 2-week timeline, I believe. Let's see. I think as well, we had a conversation with, let's say, after a bit of looking over and preparing for the numbers, Rian realized there was a bit of not necessarily inconsistency, but some things that she had questions about. There were things about swords, figurines, most of the swords threw off Rian as well, as she was a little bit unsure about what that was going on with that. So she went off to go talk to Peter, and it seemed to be Peter was like, yeah, it's just the Guinness figurines. As oh no, she went to go talk to Freya and Enrico and to get their feedback as well, to hopefully have some clarification what's going on, as she's a little bit when she talked to Peter, he assured her it's fine, and then went to Freya and the others to like, yeah, I'm realizing now that I didn't really ask a lot of questions. Let me go talk to Mr. Goldman. She went off to speak with him, and he seemed to be like, yeah, this seems about right. It's real swords actually, as she Brienne came to a very horrifying conclusion for her at the very least, that she doesn't seem to really question Peter about a lot of things, as she would later tell Naira, as they had a piece of cake, as Rianne seems to be stressing out, as she realized that she trusts Peter far too much for someone in her position should, at the very least. And Naira tried to coax Rianne into coming to a proper conclusion about that, though Rianne just seemed to be trying to reboot her systems, essentially, as Naira, as she essentially begged Naira to be the one who has to engage with Peter until Rihanna can get a handle on what's going on with this situation. And Naira tried to reassure, like, don't do anything rash. I'll talk with him and get to the bottom of some things for you. And while you don't, get yourself some to relax. And Rihanna, of course, trusting Naira's judgment and word, decided to thankfully thank her for that and tell her, like, hey, yeah, I believe Lady Freya is going to have a meeting with Peter to get some clarification on some things. I think it's best for you go with her, as we will later find out that when Damocles, our wonderful previous lord, visited, that the advertisement that was put out essentially had a Guinness competition, a sword fighting competition that we were unaware of, which is a big deal because the Guinness don't normally invest in certain things. As we find out, there are a lot of investors and all of them we weren't aware of, essentially. Yeah. Well, like I said, Naira goes to visit Peter at the shop as he's been spending his days doing the work and preparing for the events as well. And she basically did a couple of questions, asked him some certain things that he seemed to get um, very much unwilling to engage with her in this regard, or at least in the way that didn't show that he did not enjoy her conversation, essentially. As while he seemed to be reassured about some things, he basically was very cold to Naira in comparison to others. As well, Peter and Goldman had a conversation about some things going on, and well, it seems the two businessmen seem to be fine in this whole situation, as things are going in the direction they prefer. Money is the option. Sell, sell, sell. And even with Damocles' arrival and him coming on to see his daughter and bringing up, like, yeah, let me see what's going on with this new guy that we met, as it seems to be there's a lot of things that I've missed that you all seem to be a bit unaware of, essentially, as Peter would later on show off the poster for advertise it off to Rihanna, and Rihanna was trying not to freak out with the whole Orpheus and Guinness thing, but I think she did handle herself pretty well, as Peter would have that wonderful meeting with Lady Freya, Naira, and Damocles in the back, who was watching, as Freya tried to be civil and saying, like, hey, that advertise it. We don't really think we enjoyed being unaware of that, and Peter took to be very defensive in that regard, as he seemed to be very upset with poking and prodding and the what he perceived as a call out for what he was doing, and he does not enjoy being restricted creatively, as they tried to talk, and it just seemed to be slightly passive threats from Peter in regards to, like, if you don't like it, I could just, leave, apparently. As, while I don't think these were resolved, Peter essentially left and said, call me when you have something more important that doesn't waste my time, as Gary was left to clean up the pieces and try to reassure to ruffle feathers, as this is just what Peter does, He just doesn't enjoy being talked to or interfered with, and he will just leave when things aren't going the way he enjoys, essentially. And while Naira left with a probably worse impression of Peter than before, they still were going forward with our wonderful festival, as Damocles offered to try to figure out what was going on with Peter without being too public about it, maybe talking to Rian possibly, or figure out what exactly is this Peter guy's deal, because things like that, it isn't just, you gotta have more than just, charismatic attitude to be able to do the job he does. So who exactly is Peter, essentially, in that regard? And of course, it ended later with Rian doing some more work, as like I said, the festival is coming closer and closer to date, as Peter made a visit, climbing her up to the second story with her some cake to talk with her, and they had a bit of a conversation, essentially. And he proposed, like, hey, tomorrow, when the festival happens, how about we go on to a little thing for just ourselves, and we'll just have a conversation, be a little bit more truthful with each other. And which she agreed to, and looking forward to, and seeing how that goes. As
he did use the word date.
He did use the word date, yes.
I'm pretty sure.
A leap of faith.
Yeah, a leap of faith as he jumped out at the window. And Rihanna's just accepting things right now. I think she's, like I said, it's a new experience for everyone involved. And I think that's where we ended it last time.
You hate him, Jill.
I can't believe I'm playing matchmaker with the fucking.
I am. Listen, we are cute. Listen, you're my helper.
Yeah, it's
The
great.
paradox.
I am a mage. I'll manifest this. I manifest it.
Yeah. I think the date was like scheduled for like literally like the next day or something, like very soon, anyways, right?
I believe so, because I know the festival's coming closer and closer as well.
Yeah, the festival, I think at that point is like less than a week away, so the organization of it is going smoothly, although, well, if a bit unexpected, at least some of it, because a lot of the events are still underneath your tutelage, like the stage shows, the plays. It's just that one big event that's just kind of like, that's not yours, at least not organized by you.
Yeah, I know.
Although you
Naira
did
was
provide the stage, the effects, and the location, it's just you thought that was gonna be another play, when instead we're gonna use that stage for something else.
Yeah, I know Naira mentioned that she was gonna possibly try to do something with the algae to try to change its composition for coloring, but I'm
Yes.
not too sure. Yeah.
Right. That's right.
Which I said she could showcase that at the festival. That would be a very
Yeah.
good moment. Um. So, anyone want to do anything before we jump to the datesy?
No.
Go ahead. On my end, nothing.
You don't want to do your lab experiments? Your cool lab
I mean,
experiments?
yeah, I assume I have to roll for that at some point.
Didn't you roll for it last time?
I don't think I rolled for it.
Roll for it now, I guess then.
I could just lie and say that I did,
You
but I
could.
don't think I did.
We're good. We're better people.
If you don't remember it, and you either did it and forgot, or you never did it. In both cases, just roll again.
Yeah, she did it.
Okay.
She got 10 successes. Trust me, Grund.
So yeah, you could.
Source trust.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would
boy.
say it's difficulty 3. It's
3?
not the
Okay.
easiest thing, but
Would I be able to use my honor drive with the hold on, what the fuck is the statement? I don't break my word because I said I would do this.
yes. If you want to spend your
You wanna-
determination.
You can always buy thread as well for this regard because it's very important to you. So
Or just spend the determination,
Or
gain
wait,
momentum.
hold
that's an
on.
option. Yeah. Options are all on.
Uh,
you.
didn't get a momentum. I don't know if I want to spend my determination on this. You know what? Fuck it, we ball. This is my thing. Am I gonna buy threat immediately?
Some friend.
You can if you
With
want.
determination,
I-
you're guaranteed a crit.
2
so
successes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one
depends.
threat for one
I
dice.
think like one threat is not that bad.
Yeah, I'm thinking 1 threat.
Yeah. There we go. See, you got one momentum out of it. Yeah, you'll be able to. It'll take a couple of days to figure out something much more reliable, but you're pretty
Okay.
sure you can change the coloration of the algae. I
What
would
color
say
is it now?
it's green. It's
Okay.
kind of like a light green, bluish green rather. The downside is that it's rather toxic for them. So
Mm-hmm.
doing this at a large scale for prolonged periods of time will just kill all of them. But
That is not the plan.
but in like a short time window with like moderation, they can like recover. It's not fatal. My point was just you can't deploy this on the entire lake unless you
No,
want to
that's
just
not the plan. I wanted it to
cause-
be
yeah.
specific to Lumen.
Yeah. So yeah, that would work. I will let you
Cool.
choose like 2 colors you can alternate between other than the green.
Neato.
I gotta find out what contrasting colors are. One's
Other-
gonna be pink.
Yeah. Other than that, anyone else want to do anything in that like time span of 12 hours?
Nah.
Not really. Freya would just look over if everything works out fine and on it.
Yeah. Well then, Rihanna, fateful, the date has arrived. Time to take that leap of faith, I guess.
Neato. I'm sure she doesn't understand what he means.
He did jump out of the balcony, so
Outside of that, I don't think she understands the emotional implications necessary yet. Yeah.
yeah. It's getting a bit late. You managed to finish most of your chores for today, as it's about an 8 p.m. and you know he is waiting for you at the docks. You make your way there, and you can see like a small little boat, and just kind of like you see him on the deck of the boat, just kind of like going around fiddling with things.
I think Rianne would go up to him and she's like, "I see here that you've already prepared everything, Mister Peter. You."
He'll kind of like smile and says, "Well, you know how I am. I like to make sure that things go smoothly. especially
Very well
tonight.
then. Very well, Captain. May I come aboard?
Of course. I'll see like gestures. There's like a large armchair that's been kind of like placed. As he'll say, well, sit tight, and I know a scenic spot on the lake.
He will get inside the boat, trusting that he actually does know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he starts taking the boat towards like the middle of the lake, and as kind of like the night falls, the bioluminescent plants become ever more vibrant, and he takes you to a spot which is clearly has probably a higher density of them, as it's much brighter, and there's like hues of green that kind of like flash as the water ripples with the movement of the boat until kind of like eventually it stops and he drops the anchor. And it is I would say, a scenic look. It's a clear night sky. You can see stars in the distance as the boat is kind of like bathed in the green light. And he like pulls up like an actual like basket, and he like starts taking out stuff from it. And it's like some cake and some wine. Just sets it all up. And he says, well, I'll be honest with you. I don't do this thing, so let me know what you think. For future
I'll
references.
I have to say I've been impressed. 10 out of 10 so far. You'll have to forgive me as well. My I'm not sure how to properly say it. Earlier dalliances were very much short and simple and to the point.
You
This
like
is-
actually like sighs with a bit of relief. Okay, well, keep the streak going, I guess. So like pour you some wine and cut like a slice of cake.
Why the lake, Peter? It seems very nice, though I do enjoy this though.
You know what they say? You overwrite a bad memory with a good one.
Something bad with water? Or just any lake in particular?
I mean, you did lose a large pile of cash in this lake once. Or so the rumors go.
As still the rumors go. It
Takes
was
the
an
face off.
interesting time. Oh no.
Says no, your adventures with Lord Orpheus are well, I could write a book about it, honestly, but comedy book, but I think it would sell.
I'm sure everyone would get a great laugh out of the misfortune that follows. But it is a bit of my folly. I let my she just kind of grimaces. Emotional state have a little bit too much the lead in that regard, but I think I am. It shouldn't happen again in the future.
Good to learn from mistakes, no?
That is true. It does have its learning experiences.
If there's like one thing in life you could maybe attempt to do again, what would that be?
That is really much a strange question. If I had the ability to do so, outside of the grand moral standings, it's going to sound a bit silly, of course. I would probably try out more cakes. I'm not going to lie to you.
Sounds quite nice, actually.
I try not to delve too much on the what ifs, only what is, if I can help it. Life is the here and now.
Well, it's also the what the future holds.
That is true. Laying down the foundations for others to tread the walk. My job is to ensure the comfort of the people I serve, and I do enjoy my work.
Like nods at that.
What about you, Peter? Do you enjoy your work? Seems you do seem to be having a fun time.
Well, I'm more akin to someone who has to make the best out of a bad situation. If it's
You-
not enjoyable, I will make it enjoyable.
That is a very strong attitude to have. You're a lot more sturdy than you appear, Peter.
Quite fragile.
Well, I'm learning to try to get to know you better, though I do not know if I'm succeeding or not. So,
No, no, I promised you one night of honesty. And well, considering what's about to unfold,
is
thank
it
you.
going to be very bad and grim? Should I prepare to make a statement?
For you, no, I doubt it. For me, let's say
Are
that
you
things will change in the near future.
are you going to be all right, Peter? Do you need some help, some assistance?
I need I don't even know. Told you this about
I
me,
Mhm.
Rianne. You're a lovely woman, and I enjoy your company quite a lot.
I enjoy your company too, Peter. Surprisingly enough. Is
I don't. You're not the only one who's bad with their feelings, you know. I often lack in that area of expertise. Where I was raised, we were taught to hide them rather than to express them, and after a while, it becomes a habit.
Mm.
Well,
It is a difficult thing, I understand.
if the enemy doesn't know what you want, they can't really predict what you're gonna do.
I will confess to you a very silly thing, so you can't make fun of me for it. Uh, in my many times as my training and other things like that, I have a bit of a quirk that has been pointed out to me. I think, sadly, the idea of hiding our emotions does leak out in some way when we try so hard to push them down. For some others, it's cards, gambling, pleasures of the flesh. For me, it is in my cakes, apparently. I have every emotion I feel. I have different flavors of cake I eat to deal with them. And not necessarily in an unhealthy way, but when I feel sad, I eat a particular flavor for a particular emotion. And if you're smart enough to catch the tells, you can apparently catalog my
Oh,
emotional state in that regard.
Hill kind of like smiles and says, "That's such an innocent vice. I can't even."
It is innocent advice, but in the circles we run, it could be a bit dangerous depending whoever pays attention. Which is why I try not to put myself in the spotlight if I can help it. It's either that or give up cakes, and I'm too far gone for that part.
Yeah, and this is why I. How can I be honest with you when you tell me my biggest vice is I eat cakes? In fact, I eat maybe a bit too much cake.
Well, I'm not just a silly woman, if I can say that. I am a I have been trained for the worst that should come for my job, and I am prepared to do what needs to be done.
Rian, if I
So,
tell you that my hobby is killing people, I think a bit more different than cake eating.
is your hobby killing people?
Not if I can help it, no. But it is
Is there
fun to mess with them, though.
understandable in that regard? I have, I know I did not use the best examples, but I've seen worse vices, Peter. Not from just my own fellow Mentats, but I've heard of and seen of many different families. And I have done my research to see which one would fit me best. Not because I particularly have a moral grandstanding in that regard, but because I understand that my flaws could be in the way of certain goals for them. Do you not think I did not research all others before I came to House Kairos? Now,
Yeah.
if your hobby is, say, serial cheater, then we might have a bit of a tense conversation in that regard, but I'm not a fool.
No, I never. Cheating implies that there are a series of rules. I've learned that when you design the game, but I think you were referring to something else, and I just completely took that the wrong way, didn't I? I just kind of like looks away and just like drinks the rest of the glass.
I, it's all right, Peter. This is a night of honesty, as you said, and I will be honest with you in this regard. It has come to my abrupt attention, speaking of hiding emotions, that I have a bit of a weakness when it comes to you. Very dangerous for me, as I say, for my job, because I trust you far more than anyone else, even my lady, and that is very dangerous. I do not
Is
question you, and that's yes.
well now in your defense, what can you question? Though I feel like I've
Mm.
built this wall of nonsense that's so thick, kind of hard to penetrate it.
Possibly, yes, but I've met men who exude nonsense, Peter. And best example is I should have asked about the swords. I should have investigated fully exactly what your tasks were for this advertisement. I would have done it for anyone, anyone I would have asked for, even someone who frustrates me as much as others who refuse to say his name. I did not. I did not do my due diligence like I would normally do. I did not question you as much as I should have. I just and even when I found out, I knew I could not go to you because I would literally when I went to you the second time to ask further questions about these swords, those toys, this contest, I saw you and I forgot every question I was going to ask.
Wait, is this why the soup doctor came to talk to me? Did you send her?
I informed her of my dilemma and that I believe that you are beyond my capabilities. She, of course, tried to calm me down, and said I'm being. Well, she tried to explain it to me, but I was not very much listening. I was flustered, for lack of a better word.
Well, if it comforts you, I do find myself often behaving differently around you too.
That's nice. It does. I'm happy to hear that. Be very much embarrassed. It was just
I mean,
me.
I've jumped out of windows before, but never for a woman. It's usually
Well,
for men who are chasing me with swords. That's a different story.
well, at the very least, I'm happy to know I'm able to get you to jump out of windows.
I even did the backflip, although I don't think you spotted that one.
I'm sorry. Next time you do it, I will definitely make sure to be watching avidly.
He'll just kind of like smile and just say, and it is because I like you so much, and you make me, as you said, lose my composure. I'm gonna be very honest with you right now, Rianne. I'm a dangerous individual. Very dangerous enemies.
Hmm.
You
I
seem the kind of person who would benefit from someone stable, someone that can help, that can protect you, that can take care of you, that can make help bring out the best version of you. And I feel like I tend to bring out confusion. I'm not sure how to take that.
well, based on Lady Naira's words alone, someone who makes you feel such emotions is someone worth knowing at the very least. And I've come to the horrifying realization that apparently I do enjoy those who throw me off my course, I guess is the best word. And you are someone who definitely confounds me in every way. I think that's one of the reasons I do enjoy you so.
I would just kind of like smile again. And I'll say this will sound very selfish and very obvious. Trusting me is the best thing you can do, and it may seem like it's horrible in the moment. It may seem like I'm taking advantage. It may seem like maybe I'm just cheating you in some way, manipulating you. But out of everyone on this planet that I've interacted with, I truly hope you're the one person I don't think I've ever tried to manipulate. At least not consciously.
Well, that's good to know. I'm not naive enough to believe the circles we run that things like this wouldn't have been the case. I'm gonna be honest with you, Peter. I've never imagined myself in any relationship at all. Not because I despise it, but because duty and work and, well, mentants aren't ones for relationships or desirables for certain people.
About this, about everyone. Nobles can't love because they have to marry for political reasons. The Bene Gesserits will stab you in the dark while they fuck you in the bedroom. They say about the Gina swordsmen they're just mighty warrior poets. Reality is often much more complicated and nuanced.
Yes, as I've come to learn. But I mean, specifically for me, I did not see such a thing occurring. Mostly because I believe I had a very tight grip of my emotions, and mainly because in growing up in the mid-10 school, we were, I wouldn't say taught not to feel it, that'd be silly, but we were taught that there was the physical and the emotional side. And honestly, if you got rid of the physical stuff, then the emotional things would go away eventually, which seemed to be the case for most of us. But
They
I, hmm?
they try to teach me a similar thing where I was educated. I just never thought was like, if everyone does this, if everyone hides their emotions, always maintains self-control, that is indeed impressive. I've heard of many trials and tribulations that demand self-control from one, and I think that's a very strong quality to have. But what if, instead of lying to people, you just tell them what they don't want to hear?
An apt strategy that seems to have been working in your favor mostly, I see.
Well, I do piss off more people than I get to like, so it is a side effect, but the upside is that even asked your soup doctor recently, what did she think of me? And she just said, think you're smarter than everyone?" And I was like, "No, you're right. Mission achieved. I can just leave in peace now.
You do seem to carry yourself with a sense of confidence that makes it so.
That's the wonderful
I did.
trick.
Mhm.
Nobody can know the true self. Everyone just sees what you want to see.
That is true. Oh, Peter, I have come to a growth in my life now where I understand there are at some points where you have to be a little honest, or you fear that you may even forget yourself, right? Every once in a while.
Well, then I'll say this night is a night of honesty. So I'll be the one to start out with honesty.
Mhm.
I don't think I'm the smartest person in the room. In fact, there were many a times where I wasn't. But behaving like you are, it's everyone else on edge. Everyone else starts thinking about how to outsmart you, trying to think what sorts of mad schemes is this man gonna concoct? What sort of devious ploys? How is he gonna try and swindle this? Sometimes you just let your opponent fight themselves. Doubt is such a powerful weapon to use against people. The moment you start doubting yourself, the moment you've already lost. But I will admit something. It is fun to show other people that they just outplayed themselves. So for that, you don't have to be smarter than them. Just have to be smarter than what they expected you to be. Or sometimes dumber than they expected you to be. Works both ways, funnily enough. Overestimation is also can be a big concern. Now your turn. Tell me something truthful about you.
Let me think. I sometimes, when I am amongst the nobles and the people I am around, there are moments when I stop and stare at the room and I realize I hate every single one of them there. It is a shameful behavior, I know. And the reason why I chose House Kairos, the main reason why I chose them, is because I saw them and I admired them. Admired their honesty with each other. I admired the fact that they had such bonds that seemed to be truthful and to be strong. And I thought, that is something beautiful to behold, and I want to make sure I can preserve it to the best of my abilities. So, when I was doing my research and I saw them, I immediately stopped and decided these were the people I wished to serve. A very much an emotional choice on my part. Out of all the preparations and the researching, the asking around, all of that, I had a different house in mind when I took a whim to see that play. But it was House Kairos that that threw everything out the water for me.
Oh, nod at that.
Mm.
Instead of pouring wine, he like takes out a very familiar metal canister and like pours some of that drink into his own cup. You know, is way stronger than wine.
Rianne would I assume she drank wine, but she would probably put her cup out to get a glass of that too.
Yeah. This next statement requires something a bit stronger than the purple wine. You terrify me.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That is a unusual statement.
because you make me attached to something I shouldn't be attached. And took me a month to convince myself that, Peter, this isn't weakness, this is just normal chemicals in the brain just firing. Don't have to beat yourself over it.
I will say that I am glad to hear such a thing. My first thought is good, and I get to keep you. Brienne kind of like looks away when she admits that, takes a drink.
Yeah. Leans in a bit closer and say, honestly, at this point, I wouldn't have no issue with that. And he's gonna lean in for a kiss.
And she does the same and kisses him back.
And the rest of the night we'll see it as you'll get to know a bit of the real Peter, a bit of the man behind the curtain. And at the very least, I mean, you can try and roll, but he's gonna pretty much upfront with most things. He is
Ooh.
definitely. He strikes you as the kind of person who plays characters. And the reason why it's very hard to read. He is truthful, but he exaggerates certain truths while minimizing others and uses this as sort of an obfuscation technique.
Mm.
Sort of like white lies, but in a much more theatrical way. He has doubts, he has fears. You can tell that this is a man that probably didn't have an easy early life at the very least. She will avoid any sort of details about it. But I'll say this: you can roll me a communicate if you wanna some some hidden tidbits of information.
Okay, communicate.
Difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3. Gotcha.
You do have 1 momentum if you want to spend.
I will probably use that momentum. If it's all right with you guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead. If anyone can understand this man, I believe in
You can also
you.
spend one friend to make it. You can also spend one friend to make it doubly sure.
I'm gonna use my. I have 2 determinations. I'm gonna use
Yeah.
one, and I think that's everything. So I use the momentum as well on
I was
determination.
gonna say why, because you should have rolled with 3 dice. Roll me
Before
like,
one
Oh
dice.
shoot! Oh damn!
one more d10. Ah,
I think I fail.
no,
Did
it's
I
a
get
success,
Oh sweet.
right? Because yeah, 3 successes. You do get from the conversation he's having. Some of them will be more personal than maybe kind of like ease the tension, and you do gain the idea that this man is very familiar with the planet itself. Maybe a bit too much for someone who supposedly just dropped off world. You get the sensation that this man grew up here, at least for a part of his life.
Gotcha.
And he will again dodge any sort of like direct questions about his past. But yeah, he probably grew up here, but then something happened which left some deep scars, to say the least. And well, several like many years later, somehow ended up with the corporation and basically climbed his way up due to his very unusual way of making money. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you have any like specific questions you can ask them, I may be able to answer them.
I think Rianne wouldn't push too much about his past necessarily, 'cause she can see he's trying to avoid that, and also she doesn't really have much of a past to bring up to light as well. I think one of the other things she would ask is exactly like if he would tell her like, how do you know so much? Like, is there some seem to be able to keep privy to all the secrets that we try not to let everyone know about? So how are you aware? Or you just have a really good information
She
network
kind
when it comes to that?
smiles at that point. She says, it's kind of my job to know things. Well, maybe, I mean, it is my job now. It was a passion project at some point. But, I'll say this. Since this isn't Night of Honesty, there may be a couple of times where I've sneaked in personally into spaces. And
Raise
yes,
eyebrow.
seeing you force feed someone wine made me laugh for an entire night. I'll be honest.
Rianne's blushing.
I
Oh
can't.
God.
Seeing you get kidnapped and then him jumping into also made me laugh. There are certain things that just, again, I could write a book about it, a children's book, but it would be an entertaining one.
Rianne is actually flustered at this part. She's like, well, let's not bring that up too much if we can avoid that. I have apologized, and I will hopefully it should not happen again. So it's not happening again. We're gonna move past that.
Also, I did try to help you out with Astrid, but that failed.
Yeah, there's probably more to it that I'm not aware of, but I'm not too sure if knowing more would be good or bad in that regard.
Well, let's just say that there is a battle being fought in the shadows for this planet. And, well, I'm having some personal stakes in it, of course. We are losing.
Oh, that's
Temporary
not too-
setback, though, I would like to think. I've managed to recently bring in more parties. They say about chaos and creating opportunities. Sometimes you have to make your own.
Oh, that is good to hear at the very least. I would offer my help if as long as it does not interfere with the well-being of my lady and such. I will be honest, I do feel guilty for Astrid's fate. I do wonder if I had pushed harder for her not to take that course of action, she more likely would be alive today. Even if it wasn't this secret battle that you speak of, nobles aren't known for their kindness when someone of her station steps up above her means.
Fortunately, she was used as a pawn by people that you really don't want to ever meet in your life. But sure, with time, well, and what they say, payback's a bitch.
Rianne would nod at that.
And the problem is that as much as I can admire your devotement to Kairos and in much more straightforward ways, is the game of politics, they won't survive. Just why
Did he say?
Hmm?
Did he say Kairos won't survive?
yeah,
Essentially,
in a game of politics.
Rianne reluctantly nods.
Which is why I thought that any sort of potential connections between Kairos and Vodnik would have been rather disastrous. I did hear Alexi was made quite the impression at the funeral, rushing over Lady Freya, console her.
I have my reservations for that. I have advised, begged my lady to reconsider such a match, though I understand she was in a delicate state. I'm hoping with.
You don't have to worry about that anymore. He is off the table.
I assume he's not dead. I may find him a bit foolish, but does not mean I wish for his.
I would never kill someone like him. He is the most useful of spies. A friendly one. And so helpful. You don't even need to convince him. You just need to talk to him and listen mostly.
Oh, that's good. I assume that he has found new friends, or
He, I believe, proposed to a lovely lady.
I wasn't aware that he was courting another house. Well, I guess that's congratulations for him.
Who said anything about another house?
Um,
I don't want any other house to just use Alexei as their own pawn. Don't worry about it. You're probably gonna spot him at the festival. You'll understand then.
well, I will at least warn my lady so she can prepare for a proper reaction that was within etiquette means.
Well, I mean, if you think Freya can one-up a Bene Gesserit, good luck.
I see. Well, I will grade him a good congratulations at the very least as well for his future nuptials.
So you should. I think it was wonderful. They'll make a lovely couple.
I don't even know what to say to that. But Rianne will just.
This is
chuckle.
this is why I'm telling you. I am not a good person. I am about
It's not-
as rotten as they come.
It's not, Peter, you've done something that most nobles do as well. It's more the fact that Alexei himself is a man I cannot see. Well, he is a lovely young man with a noble heart, I will say.
It's the perfect person you can trust, because you know they'll never lie to you.
Trust is a different word I would use for Lord Vodnik, but like I said, he will.
Stupid, that can
always-
also be a word, but it's trying to be nice.
He was too. He is naive, he is honest, he is forthright, and he is a man that I would not see survive long without having the good friends to keep his back, or advisors, or those on his side. But it seems he does have that, which is nice to know. Whatever reservations I have for the young man, has nothing to do with his character, more with his. He's put in the wrong playing field, essentially.
Well, I would much rather deal with him than his traitorous brother. A cousin, rather.
Yes. The previous Lord Rodna was a tragedy all around.
That's what you call murderer getting justice? It's up to you.
It was nasty work all around. And at the very least, he died on his feet. Though I'm not too sure how others would feel about such a thing.
I feel that this is why I prefer my gullible fools to be upstanding, honest citizens rather than horrible schemers.
I want an insight on that one, Gross. That's all right.
Feel free to do so. Like, what exactly are you inciting?
I want to know if he honestly believes, the previous Vodnik was a murderer, and he's
Yes.
the reason. Like, does he believe that?
Yeah,
Okay.
He believes like he's a murderer, but he also just called him a stupid schemer. So
Yeah, as I was saying, like that was what made me question, like, oh, there's more. Okay, but
There's clearly
'cause I
more to
remember-
that incident than you are aware of.
Yes. Well, what's dead is dead now, and I would not wish to spoil the mood.
And as kind of like the night, kind of like he'll still kind of like drive the boat back to shore. And as he'll actually escort you back, unless there are other questions you would like to have of him.
No, those are the main ones for now.
He'll actually escort you to your room. And as kind of like there's like a guard just kind of like watching from the end of the hallway. Just kind of like lean in and say, I am gonna ask that you trust me. Maybe not unconditionally, but things are about to get heated up soon.
I will not lie, Peter. I think that's really not an issue for you right now.
Like nods. Thank you.
But
I will make sure
Yes.
to treasure that trust, and I will not disappoint you.
Very well, at the very least, I look forward to see what dastardly deed you have set up.
Oh. See what you did there. I'll actually chuckle a bit.
Before he leaves, I think Rian would definitely give him a kiss at the very least.
Yeah. Gonna be pleasantly surprised as he'll return it back. You get to retire to your chambers after say a interesting date, to say the least. Got to see a bit behind the curtain. As morning comes for everyone, as breakfast is served. Yes, Jill, I know you're like seeding. It's fine. As you all kind of like gather for breakfast. You are muted, Jill, if you're talking.
I'm not seething. I was pouting.
As you all kind of like gather, and I'm not sure how visible is Rianne's, if there's any change in disposition.
I think, at least for House Kairos, those who've known Rianne longest can see that she's definitely happy. She's essentially eating like a angel food cake, and she is humming as quietly to herself. She is very content right now.
Would you have told anyone about the date?
It's morning, so we'll see what happens.
Why do I have to make the chart?
Don't worry, I have it written down.
Send it to me. I'll animate it.
I'll type it out for you. There are a lot of cake flavors, for the love of God.
How much cake research did you have to do to make that chart?
Too much. I had to figure that out, and then I'm probably going to add more later on once I read through the rest of them. I had to stop myself from making the joke about pound cake, so there you go.
Oh god.
I'm sorry. Look, Rihanna wouldn't say that. She's fine. It's good. Don't worry.
I didn't expect that.
But yes, Rianne looks very happy right now. As happy as she allows herself to reveal. Being, well, for everyone else, it's very obvious, but if you don't know her, you wouldn't be able to tell.
Well, someone's in a good mood.
I am, actually. It's a lovely day today. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping.
Anything in particular to cause this?
Well, our numbers are looking good for the festival. It seems that everything's in order. Though I do have some words I I'm sure that it will be taken care of. Or at least I believe so. She does have a bit of a flush on her face when she says that too. She's trying to.
I'm glad you're in like great mood. We would definitely gonna need this.
Oh, that reminds me. Before I forget, I want to announce. Apologies, my lady. It seems Lord Vodnik has been engaged to someone, and he has recently tied himself to a marriage. Or he has not done the one at the very least, but he has a fiance now.
I'm glad for him.
Yes, and since more likely Lord Vodnik will be coming along for our festivals, I want to know if you wish to still extend the hand of friendship with him or not. If you wish to for us to do anything in that regard.
I mean, it's definitely worth a try. I mean, we could use an alliance with House Wardnik.
And not even that, but more than likely Lord Orpheus and a few others of high regard will be coming towards our festival as well, and we should prepare for that, or at least both the woes and possible alliances that could be built from this.
Yes, I'm aware. I prepared mentally for this day. Yeah, I'm aware.
Very well, my lady. If anyone needs some assistance from me, please do not hesitate to ask. We are in a very interesting time, for at least.
I just hope the whole Swords Master thing is going to work out.
Well, like I said before, I spoke with Enrico. I assume Enrico's here, or is he off doing work?
No,
Okay.
he's always
Okay.
by Freya's side.
I gotcha. With Enrico's leadership at the very least, and our newest additions being used as a task force as well, I hopefully believe that we will be able to stop the worst of it if it happens. Communication is key, so we should keep that open, and I am going to be optimistic.
Yes, I love your optimism. I hope it's gonna spread to me sooner than later.
You don't worry, my lady. You are a fine leader, and you are gaining confidence with each new day that passes. Would you like some cake?
I definitely would, yes.
Please. One of my favorite flavors. She kind of like will allow anyone who wants a piece to have some.
I feel like Naira just has like a knowing smile on her face whenever she's looking at Rian.
Rian does not look at you fully. Catches Naira's eyes, blushes, looks away.
Naira's not gonna bring it up, but this is fun.
And you, Lord Damocles, is there anything? I assume Lord Damocles is here, right?
That's actually true. He would be here as well, and he just kind of like holding in a chuckle. Rian, he's just.
Oh no.
Yeah, you know he can read you better than he knows you.
Lord Damocles, if you have need of any assistance as well,
No. I will let you know if anything comes up. In fact, I think you've been working quite hard lately. I'm sure you can take more breaks if you need.
Very well. I will acquiesce then. I believe a bit of relaxation is good, especially before the big day.
Anything that helps you unwind.
It is intended to be a festival where we can enjoy ourselves, even if we are the ones running it.
Yes, I agree.
Speaking of, should we prepare wardrobes for this event? I'm not sure if that was discussed.
I suppose we can. If you would like a little bit of a spoiler of what I've been working on, I can let you know the color scheme.
Oh, yes, you're well, spoilers are always fun.
Right now, I am working on getting them to be pink and yellow. Interesting color combination, but should be contrasting enough against the regular green.
Pink
It
and
sounds
yellow.
like a great combination.
If nothing else as well, there's also our house colors to bring into the point too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I could turn the pink into a red with a little bit of tweaking. It's not too far off.
Yes, that would be lovely, actually. Make sure they don't forget who we are.
We'll get right to work on it then. It'll certainly make us stand out.
Hopefully in a positive way. We can't really afford further gossip.
We can't, but I'm sure we won't have any bad light on us in this festival. We worked pretty hard for it to work out, so let's be positive about it.
Of course. It is a good day, so I believe we shall have good days ahead of us.
I
Only
hope
good
so.
days.
Only good days ahead. Looks into camera.
Meanwhile, Gary, you're going through your morning routine as you check up on Peter at the secret ingredient, and he is humming as you like see him approach. Don't think you've ever heard the man sing.
I see all is going well.
Oh, Gary, yes. Well, yes, actually, you know what they say, life's good. At least mine right now. How are you doing this morning? Lovely, lovely morning.
I had a good night's sleep. The sun is shining. I'm doing relatively well. Still a bit, still need a bit of wake up, you know. That's why I have the good old cup of Joe's here.
I need you to do me a favor, Gary, and I know I keep saying this lately.
Oh no, it's all right. I'm here to assist.
How would you like to help me make a financial offer?
To who?
Kind of like leans in a bit and says, know that Lady Freya is not married.
Yes, I am aware.
Would you like to help me be matchmaker?
Of course. Securing their position will secure our investments in this town.
I am more thinking about blocking any other ambitious politician for stepping in, and I would like to ensure that this place remains positive, hopeful.
Of course. You have anyone particular in mind?
Well, they do seem to have an aspiration for major houses.
Now, has that reached too far up to the skies? Didn't go well last time.
Why I'm not. I'm going at the bottom of the barrel, Gary. The lowest of the low. You know, what would you imagine this, Gary? You're a high and mighty noble. You have to command the respect of your peers. You have to impress them. You have to exude this aura of greatness. And you have both children, and one after the other, they follow suit in your footsteps of being great personalities, beautiful, lovely ladies with grace and finesse, men which have dignity and behave like upstanding moral gentlemen. And then, well, nothing is ever perfect. You have that one child, the problem child, the nth son of nobody cares. You're not gonna inherit anything. So you put him up to menial things that are not really gonna endanger the family image. He is so bad at this that there's always a risk, especially when you're someone very powerful. There's a lot of eyes on you. And I think people would pay a lot of money to just have such problems spirited away, because kinslaying is not, it's not the best thing. It's messy, leads problems, usually expensive, you have to justify it, makes everyone else on edge. But if that individual suddenly finds himself with an incredible opportunity he cannot pass, he must take it. And just to think that, well, may have a winner here. So, have you ever considered about taking an apprentice, Gary?
I did try. I did train a few people from various academies.
How would you like an apprentice? A noble apprentice.
I'll be a first.
See? New experiences for everyone. Which is why I was thinking that if you send me the right note, might even get some money out of it, but we might find ourselves a lovely, lovely, well, I'm not gonna say marriage potential, but who knows, these things can happen. Love finds a way. So, are you up for this task?
Of course.
Then it would be improper for me to send a letter in your name, so... And he kind of pulls out like a very official piece of paper. It says, here are the details you need to pack so that the letter gets delivered properly.
Thank you, Peter.
Yeah, you do. He'll kind of he'll nod as you take the seal, and you see there's no name, but there is a sigil. There's like a sort of a sickle, like a black background.
I think it's a scythe.
Yeah, I think you would call it a scythe. Yeah.
And I know the house.
Yes. Yeah, if you wanna forge an official letter of
House Helheim.
offering this house to tutor their son in the ways of finance and business.
Make him a good administrator.
Yes, of course. Listen, the man's young and full of interested in learning things.
Naturally, of course. I'll do some research. I'll get some information about him and forge a letter.
Yeah, I would say I would say you can use your either discipline or understand for this.
I'll use discipline.
It'll be a difficulty 3, so do not look to be like completely inconspicuous.
For safety's sake, can I buy 1 thread for 1 extra dice?
Yes.
I'm asking the council.
Oh, it's fine. I
Yes.
think I gotta see how this
I'm
goes.
asking the council, not you, Grant.
I am the Senate.
This is in fact the People's Democratic Republic. I use power because I am being a bit shifty here. So it fits with the drive. There are no prize for playing fair.
Yeah.
All right. That's the wrong one. Rico came back. No, nothing. For some reason, no, I just clicked on the wrong character. I think I was rolling with Rianne. I almost selected the wrong thingies.
Oh.
Peter is Peter. 5 successes.
Yes.
To momentum.
And
yeah.
I also re-roll, use my driven to see if I can recover the determination. Actually, the determination was not even used. Never mind, I'm stupid. These are natural crits.
They're all natural, baby.
Did you just say these are naturals?
God damn it! There's nothing to recover here.
Yeah. You forge an impeccable letter, offering expressing interest in this person. You've recognized their potential and talents for numbers and not just numbers, but administrative duties, mercantile operations. Because after all, he's never gonna inherit anything big. He will probably assist other people.
Yeah, grant it's 4 successes because I realized I clicked on focus and not determination. And the focus doesn't fit here, so let's do some reverse mathematics. One of the 7s becomes a 1, and I guess
Yeah.
So it's only 1 momentum. We don't want to cheat here.
Yeah, it's fine.
I realize it, but that doesn't make sense.
Whatever. Okay. So yeah, you send the letter, and well, what better opportunity for him to meet with you than already? Apparently, the Helheims were already planning on attending the festival, so it fits in perfectly, like a glove. It's incredible how these things.
What coincidences?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Convenience.
Yeah, how things just fit in together. Just a goofy goober, guys. Don't worry.
Goofy little guy, a silly little guy, I might say. Look at Owen Alexi.
Okay, this guy isn't Alexi. Okay, Alexi is something else. Alexi
is the clown shoe.
Alexi is self-taught. This guy's a bit more tame. But yeah, as days would go by, and unless anyone wants to have any conversations or talk about something or discuss or do something.
Nope, but I guess I'm changing the color of the algae to red.
Red
because
and yellow.
that's not. And oh god, this McDonald's colors. Wait, this is.
If you want, you can keep it. You can keep it
You
pink.
can keep it.
Yeah, you can keep it pink. We can work with that. We
I'm
have
gonna pull up a color wheel. I have to find contrasting colors.
Do you think McDonald's still exists in the future of Dune? You think it's a religious?
No,
religious thing?
probably someone's like a noble family's name. The house
Yeah,
of
Golden
McDonald's.
horses.
Yeah.
McDonald.
The Wendy's house.
Our long lineage that spans 10,000 years.
Yeah. House Pepsi and House Coca-Cola are great rivals.
Oh
They're so
god, you could do purple and orange, but I feel like that's so.
We'll keep it pink and yellow.
This
Okay.
guy.
Yes,
Yeah, you know
that's
this.
fine.
We don't want our bloody leg.
It'll distract. Listen, that way the blood will not be visible. It's fine. It's good.
Let's just hope there's not gonna be blood.
Exactly.
Just
See,
have
that's
pink blood, easy.
that's the actual mindset you need to have.
I think probably we'll have to do another situation where we might have to spend on wardrobe because we have such a we can't have people calling us too poor,
Are we gonna do medieval outfit?
You
Yeah.
can do themed outfits. Yep.
Yeah, we're doing the theme. We gotta make sure we fit.
We are not poor. We are role playing as the.
Yeah, you're.
We're cosplaying as poor peasants.
Yeah, no need to spend wealth. Yeah.
Yeah, don't get. Yeah.
I mean, you have 3 wealth to spend. Not that
Yeah.
bad.
Oh gosh, guys, it's time to start selling Naira's skills again. We need money.
We could have sold the
Should have sold Adam and Eve and
Should have spent to Gary.
No, fuck
he
you.
knows some friends who can
Yeah.
use him.
Look, I just picture we sell Adam and Eve, and then we find out that they made a nuclear bomb out of it, and just something
Yes,
worse has been
absolutely.
released.
Yes, that's why we didn't want to do it.
Yeah,
Nah, the atomics are already common enough. It's fine. All the great houses have them.
we'll just make it worse. I'm sure it's gonna be fine, guys.
Nah, nukes are boo boo.
Sorry, I made a good character.
I know we're better people here.
God damn it.
Sorry, Naira's better people. Here.
Naira specifically. I think Freya is a good person too. Rihanna. We're all good people except Gary.
I'm gonna be honest.
How dare you not trust Gary Truss?
I'm gonna be honest. If Lady Freya started killing people, Rian would just start to find a way to hide the bodies properly. Like you gotta do what your house wants.
that's actually a good point. Yeah, kind of like in the middle of the week, Damocles would want to have a talk with you.
She's gonna meet him. Probably in the office.
I mean to say he's gonna meet you in the office, your office now.
That's what it is.
As yeah, he'll enter and like I just wanted to see how you were doing. The festival is due in a couple of days. Everything, how are you holding up?
I mean, things are going great. Most of the things are organized, and I mean, Rianne is doing a great thing. She's keeping an eye on it. Naira had an amazing idea with some allergy, and I mean, it's going great.
I honestly not sure how I should approach this subject, but I do feel the need that I should do it.
Now you're worrying me.
It's nothing related to matters of security. This is a rather personal thing.
Oh, okay. So what
Just
is it
kind of like
about that?
sits down and just kind of like takes a deep breath. Lady Nyx is pregnant.
What?
I
I am.
learned about this at the end of the last month. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I think you shouldn't know. I don't want this to be like weird or think that I don't still care about you and everything.
I mean, I am glad. I mean, congratulations. I mean, I guess it works out for you and Lady Nyx. I hope you're happy.
Yeah, no, she's not what you would expect seeing her. She truly cares about her children, her family, and like had a common ground on that thing, and things just worked from there.
I hope I can see him or her when she's here.
How is Freya taking this?
She has mixed feelings.
Yeah.
She doesn't feel like betrayed or something, but it went fast, and she wouldn't have.
You'll,
Yeah,
well,
thought of.
no, it's been 2 years since your mother died, so no, I understand this.
I'm not bad. It's been going on so fast, and things happening with Astrid, and it's just a lot. But I'm really glad for you.
Thank you. Just kind of like awkwardly like stand up and just bow slightly and just walks away.
She's trying to catch him and give him a hug.
Yeah, he'll return the hug.
If you need anything,
I feel like you are not okay with this.
I am okay. I mean, if it works out for you both, I won't stand in between you. I didn't think you're gonna tell me something like that. I mean,
I didn't think either when I first accepted the marriage. I did it as a way to keep you safe.
and you did. And now you're having a child.
Yeah, no. That's the thing I want you to understand. We are all we're family.
Yes, we are. And we always be.
And he'll just kind of like give you another hug before he leaves. Well, that would have been worse, I guess.
I'm holy God.
Listen, I'm sorry, okay? It's just
No, you're good.
no.
It just happened. You slide it in their DM.
It's just
Freya's
it's-
reaction.
listen,
That conversation was great.
that's the thing. It's like it's gonna be awkward. Then like seeing Freya's face is just kind of like, well, like, oh my, maybe I should have never told him. Maybe listen, maybe I should. Maybe we can keep the child
No.
hidden.
Yeah.
No.
Look, the shock is Damocles got game. I don't know what to tell you. Freya's just not ready for
Why
that.
is that a shock? He's been charismatic since the beginning.
Well, it's like when you realize your dad can still do Riz. It's not the program. It kind of
Yeah.
throws you off, right?
Say hi
Anyone
to
else
your
be like,
stepmom.
yeah, that makes the most sense. But when your dad does it, it's weird.
Say hi to your new
Yes.
stepmom.
We know for a fact that Ashley was here. She'll be making the best jokes. She'll be like,
You definitely
Oh,
would,
yeah.
yes.
Well, you didn't like, hey kiddo, I banged your stepmom. Okay, bye.
Look, you guys weren't there, but Lady Nix's reaction is very cute as well. She seems to be okay.
She had feels. She had feels. She
I
unlocked her
believe it.
feels.
I think they're cute.
They are.
Yes.
He
definitely
he is fixing her.
He's getting slightly worse. He's fixing her.
Yeah,
As
he's
all
working-
good relationships
Yeah,
should be.
yeah. Damocles is working hard, man.
He's like, I gotta get into that dark Riz right now, guys.
Why the
Um,
dark?
The evil. I would like to, before we do the thing, I would like to see if Rianne can catch any rumors mills going on, because there's a lot of gossip that she's not made aware of at all.
I just want to say that the point is, for at least for Freya, is that your father is clearly trying to bring these two like families together
Mhm.
in a much more cohesive unit. And you did take this day as a bit of a Pyrrhic victory, I would say.
Yes.
I'm glad you agree. Shot him down, just immediately sniped him.
Rip.
But yeah. What rumors are you interested in, Rianne?
Well, there's apparently Lord Roderick's getting married or engaged to some mysterious Bene Gesserit, so that's
There is
cool.
no rumors about that. Nobody gives a
God.
shit about Vanek. Who the fuck cares about Alexei?
Ah, okay, like I said, I guess
God cares.
I would mainly ask to see like with the whole situation with our house and rumors about that what's the mood about the festival coming up right now, because there's going to be a lot of big players coming, so I want to know that's going on, as well as
Give me a.
infighting.
I feel like this would be a discipline. And observe would maybe come into
Make
play.
sense of it. And I'll call this duty as well.
I will say this. I'll set it. I'll set it at a high difficulty. I'll say difficulty 4 if you just wanna like know everything surrounding this festival.
Ooh, okay.
I will still give you
you
information if you fail, but everything is I'll put it at the high. You have 1 momentum and you can spend.
Okay, I will spend 1 memento if you guys are cool with that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
And I'll. You're good. And I will.
Buy 1 threat to get another extra dice.
I will also say I have bolster, so that would seem something up my alley, so you can reroll.
Okay, I will also do 1 threat as well and use my house determination. So my last determination is being used for this one.
Yeah. Do you buy the extra threat?
Yeah, so I'll have 4 dice essentially because I have the momentum and everything. Threat.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, what the hell?
Now, do you want to
Wow.
spend 2 threat to avoid the complication, or?
I actually need to check the town. You can also miss Mr. Goldman.
Actually, no. You can re-roll the 20.
I can reroll the 20.
No, it would be the same thing. Never mind. I was like, no. Actually, no. You see, I'll give you this choice because you did earn 2 momentum, so you can spend that 2 momentum due to Goldman's skill to just re-roll the 20th and
Yeah,
just
that's awesome.
avoid the complication.
I will re-roll the 20. If that's all right.
But the question is, do you want to spend the 2 momentum or you want to gain 2 threat?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like it's better for me to spin the threat because I feel like we'll need the momentum for what's gonna come up in the festival if
And
things go wrong.
that's gonna be a 7 either way. So
Yeah.
a lot of threat now. We're stacking it up.
I'm sorry. I'm just afraid what happens at the festival.
Yeah. You will also use my skill for discipline, which I think 2 higher than yours.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so and there's a lot of rumors, and a lot of juicy ones as well. Whatever Peter has done with the marketing campaign, it seems to have worked. Well, there's like a couple of people talking about your stage plays. Everybody's mostly talking about the fact that apparently there's gonna be a tournament, a fighting tournament between Jinaz swordsmen. That's insane. Like multiple of them just being brought here and fighting. People are just gonna like line up to see that shit. Nobles, wealthy merchants, like anyone that can afford it. Prices for the tickets are skyrocketing right now.
Good. Market value, yeah.
Yeah, everybody seems to just have. There's still like people who are trying to like throw some shade and be like, yeah, this is the same family that, by the way, last month had this happen to them. But people are generally moving on. It seems that your plan to distract them is currently working. But the juiciest piece of gossip is that it's apparently another major house from a different planet has expressed interest in showing up publicly.
Oh, do I know this house name at all?
Yes. You go by the name of House Helheim. They're not
Do
from
I know
around
any?
here.
No,
No.
so no, I don't have much information on them.
No, you wouldn't.
That is big news to bring to everyone else. Is that all I hear as well?
Yeah, that's like the big bomb.
Yeah, I think once she's collected that information, she would probably immediately go to Lady Freya, and I'm not too sure if anyone else would come with, but if Naira or Enrico or whoever else would be there, she would
Mm.
basically run in immediately to tell Freya. I assume Freya would be in her office at the very least,
Yes.
as Rianne looks not necessarily disheveled, but a little bit winded as she my lady, forgive me, I have come unannounced, but I've had some particular news that I feel like I must share with you, at least to forewarn you.
Something happened?
Nothing ominous, of course, but it seems that Peter's advertisement has worked phenomenally well in our favor. Prices are high, and a large set of numbers seem to be prepared to come here for, well, his little stage play that he has set up with the Guinness swordsman at the very least as well.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yes, but the biggest news of late is that House Halem, a major house, has taken interest in this as well, and they will also be attending, my lady.
W- Okay. Wow.
Yes, it's not necessarily bad news, of course, but it is something that I think you should be forewarned about. Like I said,
Thank
I
you,
will make,
Ian.
yes, of course, I will make sure things are in cop condition, so no one could look down upon us in any way.
Yes, we don't want that to happen. Especially not with probably 2 major houses.
Yes, it is going to be. I don't think Lord Draco House is gonna. The Draco House is gonna be here at this event at the very least.
Of
So
course, they're gonna be here.
never mind. I believe the Draco House will be here as well. So we'll have 2 major houses. I believe, of course, House Orpheus is coming. Minor houses. It'll be a spectacle. I will
I think
make
like
sure.
the only ones who haven't expressed any sort of public interest are Charybdis. That's about it. The weirdos. The weirdos never come to these events, anyways.
Nerds.
Yeah, yeah. It's part for the best. But at the very least, I will make sure conditions for our there should be no fault.
I mean, I didn't think it would be that big of an event. But I guess.
Well, when you invite the famed swordsmen of Guinness who have never done such a thing before to a tournament to show off their skills, who'll be a fool to miss it.
Yes, that is true. I mean, Peter knows what he's doing. I guess I have to thank him for it.
Yes, I will again look over to make sure there is no a number, it's not a single number out of line. If you will excuse me, my lady.
Yeah, don't forget to take a break, please.
Yes, of course, of course. I will do so. Oh, yes. She like dashes off immediately.
All right. Anything else?
Makes it for Rihanna. She now has to. The anxiety level has gone up. But other than
Yeah,
that-
no, it's definitely this is a make it or break it kind of thing.
Mhm.
We would have look into this major house a little bit to the festival.
You can try. You can give me have an understand some house politics, I guess. Difficulty is 5. They're like from a faraway planet. You've never heard about them. You have less than
I was about to
3
ask
days
what
to
planet are they
reach.
from.
You don't even know where they're from. Like you just there's just some rumor mills that Rian has picked up here. They're not from like the neighboring system, that's for sure.
Okay. I mean, I guess I can try.
Can definitely do that.
Also gonna use determination.
Yeah. You have momentum as well. You really want to succeed. So you spend one momentum.
If the council survives it, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's good.
Council vote.
The council.
What a democracy here.
Nope. That's still 1 XP though, so. Yeah, no. You can tell that they are from a different planet, from a different system. And that's about it. There's
Is the XP for everyone or just for Freya?
No, it's for everyone. No,
It's
actually,
in
no.
the-
It's just for Freya. It's just
Okay.
it's true.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
I was about to
The
say,
shit
it's only for
failed.
threat for everyone.
Yeah, it's fine. I have 7 threat. I'm sure we'll gain 1 XP by the end of this
Oh
session.
no.
You just like type it in chat, Mac. Like
Yeah.
/R space.
Yeah, I
1D.
want to ask slash. Yeah, okay. Okay, here it is.
But yeah, I'm not sure. So, Franz, are you gonna keep your half brother a secret from everyone else? It's just gonna. As he
Yeah,
told,
she wanted to tell Uyan, but seeing Uyan, she
listen. There
didn't.
is no such thing as too much anxiety. Maybe if she has something else to worry about, she'll get like distracted.
She would probably, like before the meeting, the event festival, have a short meeting.
Well, I'll say this then, as it's like a day before, and everything seems to be orderly. Things. Do you spend the 1 resource for the clothing, the props, to lavish, to overcompensate the fact that normally you don't have that much wealth?
Yeah, I think if nothing else, because we're here for a costume to fit a theme, it would make more sense to be a part of it as well.
So you spend the money, you spend the manpower, you put everything into this, and it's running smoothly. The day before, then tomorrow, the big day, you kind of go to the routine checkups, and it's kind of like late in the afternoon when one of the guards would announce that Peter is here to see you.
Rhiannon is looking over the numbers one more time before she's like, "Oh, enter. Yeah, Peter. Hi. Hello. Is everything all right?"
Yes. Unfortunately, I bring business this time.
Very well then. What business do you bring for me?
Well, I'm not sure if you know that a certain important family will be attending this festival, other than the Draco family.
House Halem. I do not know much about them, but I've heard.
Well, it so happens that, apparently one of their youngsters made a very good impression on Mr. Goldman. And Mr. Goldman has offered to tutor the boy. Say boy, he is 20, but still maybe a bit naive in the way of the worlds. Do you think maybe we can find some better accommodations for the 2 of them?
I want an insight. What the fuck is that? I want Rhiannon to know if she can figure out if this is part of his little plan, because this is a very convenient thing.
Feel free to insight. It's not like I have 7 threat to just boost my dice into insanity.
Let me believe. I can believe.
She gets 1 bonus dice for you know, a bit closer.
No, I get a bit closer. So the mechanics, you guys, you didn't know. God damn it. Why'd I even try?
Oh no.
Yeah?
Oh
Then he
no.
rolls 0 success on the complication. He
No,
depends
he
on threaten.
didn't. I was gonna say he didn't roll 0 success. But he can reroll. So fuck you.
They're saved.
Yeah, no, fuck you. It's a crit. So yeah, no. Who knows? Might be, might not be. This is Peter after all. Who the fuck knows? He is
Yeah.
again has you enjoyed one night of seeing him at his like honest. Now it's the walls are back up. The court jester has returned and he's dancing, and you cannot tell if it's an act or real.
By accommodations, do you mean what exactly?
I just a house, a room in in this lovely manner for him and for Gary, of course.
Well, I've already prepared a room for Mr. Goldman. I see if his apprentice would not.
How should I put this, Rian? There's a problem with the arrangement right now. See, like points to a random direction, says 2 floors from above. That's where Lady Freya sits, and I think Goldman is a bit down that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know how rooms can get occupied. This man's a noble. There's certain expectations, certain etiquette. What would happen if the Helheims would suddenly think that you put their third son in subpar accommodations? That would look quite bad, wouldn't it? So I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
thinking of placing him in the nicer part of the manor.
I don't even know why I try to roll another insight with that. This is the weirdest thing ever. But Rian is gonna be like, well, proper etiquette dictates the son to a noble to have certain accommodations that we wouldn't give to. Is he coming here as to learn, or is he coming here to play? I need to understand exactly what attitude I need to present to this.
Play. You would think I would bring a schemer into your house, yeah?
I don't think you would do that, but just because you wouldn't bring a schemer in doesn't mean he wouldn't try to scheme. I just want to
Chuckles. He
ensure.
laughed at that. Says, no. Let's just say, he is a naive young man with aspirations of, well, learning how to improve his math skills.
I will say, I must make sure to be firm on this, that I want that he understands that he must be, as Brienne actually looks like very protective, as she says this, my lady's care comes first, and that he makes sure he does not overstep himself.
I will be the first one to throw him into the lake if he does.
As long as he doesn't get any grand ideas in his head, you know how young ones can be. They see a
Oh,
pretty
no.
girl and they immediately do something foolish.
No. Would never. At least, not on his own. You know how young people tend to be.
Very well,
Speaking
then.
of that, this would also be a good point that, well, you could earn some, nobody here is expecting him to stay for free. If you wish, you can also earn some money on the side.
That makes sense. I assume so to make sure we can give him accommodations that befits his station. I see no problem with that in that regard, but I will speak with Lady Freya, so she, of course, her word is law here.
Yes, and don't forget to mention that he is a polite young man and likes reading books. I think history, maybe philosophy. Don't just Rumors I've heard. Don't mind me. I'm just rambling at this point. I will let you do your job, Rian.
Rihanna raising an eyebrow at that. It's like, I will inform my lady, and hopefully when we meet this young man, we can make a good assumption of his character. Does this proper heir have a name?
Should have a name, shouldn't he?
Yes, Peter, he should have a name.
Alvar.
Peter's inventing this guy as we speak.
Adding him to the Concal right now, like right now.
Peter's actually God and is creating people for us.
Waiting for him to show up in the Conquer now.
Yes.
We must judge him based on the picture alone. Very well. Alvar, you say? I will let my lady know and prepare the proper accommodations for Gary's apprentice Alvar of House Halem.
Yeah.
And he reads books and philosophy, you say. I'm sure Lady Freya will find
Rumors I've heard.
rumors, of course, rumors you heard. Very well. And she will nod to him. She can't leave because this is her office, but she will probably let Lady Freya know that she needs to speak with her to let her know of some new developments.
And yeah, he'll nod, smile. I can count on you. Have a wonderful day.
Rian's squinting at him like she knows something's up, but she can't put her finger on it. She's too busy freaking out right now.
Yeah, does. And he just kind of looks at her and says, actually, no, I'll leave that as a surprise. Have a wonderful night, Rian, and just closes the door and leaves.
What? She's like blinks. What just happened?
God, I hate him.
Well. I think Freya still wanted to have the meeting, so I assume that's still going on.
Yeah.
So Rian will probably bring it up once bring it up in the meeting about what's going on.
So yeah, Freya, I guess you gather
Yeah,
the people
yeah.
you want to tell.
Yeah, she would include Naira, Rian, and Enrico. Probably Gary as well. And Peter.
Gary might be important for the discussion about this individual you're summoning, Rian. So
Yes.
maybe not for the Damocles is pregnant discussion. Not Damocles, but
Damocles is pregnant.
Love that for him. Love that for him.
yeah. But at least for the other one. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you want to bring him in the room now. You can, but he is on.
She would. Yeah, she would have him on standby.
Yeah.
I hope every one of you is doing great.
Mhm.
I know the festival is coming faster and faster. I need to tell you something, so you won't be surprised at the festival. My father's gonna become father again.
I'm sorry, Naira doesn't laugh. That was just my reaction to it.
Well, that is wonderful news. How are you taking it, my lady?
I mean, I'm glad for him, but it's just awkward. I mean, he maybe can get our families together, and I mean, I find it great and amazing, but still, I mean, my mother passed away a few years, and it's yeah, it's a lot.
Rihanna glances at Naira. She was gonna say the logical thing, but it doesn't look like that's what she needs to hear right now.
Yeah, Naira tries to give a very like empathic look right now. Just yeah, it can be hard to see somebody move on when we haven't necessarily left all of that behind, but it's still something to be celebrated, I think.
It definitely is. I'm thinking of maybe a present for the little one, and
I think that would be a lovely gesture.
yes,
I assume Lord Damocles has not announced it to the public yet, so it seems not many people are aware.
not that I'm aware of. He just told me today.
Well, something discreet for, well, Lady Nyx herself is a quiet woman, so I would think she would appreciate a congratulations, if that is.
Yes, I would think so as well. Yes.
Hmm.
I mean, I assume she's gonna be at the festival.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna take that opportunity.
Possibly maybe even a family dinner would be something to be put together.
Yes, that is true. Yes.
Maybe with
will.
a cake from your bakery, Rianne?
I will make it so. Celebrations all around.
Absolutely.
Speaking of announcements as well, it has come to my attention. I've informed mostly that Mr. Goldman is taking in an apprentice here. Someone has caught his eye for numbers that he wishes to bring into the house. And I've specifically asked to request better accommodations for this guest, as he is a member of House Halem who will be staying in our abode as Mr.
So-
Goldman's apprentice.
Here with us.
Yes. Yes. House Halem seems to be aware of this and actively will give to make it simple, will be giving us a bit of money in regards mostly to ensure probably the well-being of their son as well as any type of accommodations he requires. And he would essentially be a guest here for, well, as long as this apprenticeship runs and with Mr. Gary here. I can, of course, bring him in to further ask any details, but I want to make sure to inform you first.
Yes, thank you. I wanted to bring in Gary as well later, so guess gonna be a subject to talk about.
I have my reservations, but I've been informed that Alvar Halem, is a polite young man with a love of books and philosophy, and numbers apparently. But who knows if that is rumors or that is just a facade for a very particular mischievous son. But I assume Mr. Goldman would shed more light.
I mean, he sounds like a nice man.
Sounding and being are two different things.
I mean, someone can hope
Hmm.
and dream. Yes, she would call Gary in.
The guards escort you in, like the meeting room, Gary. I'll leave you to it.
Greetings, my lady. What is it that you want?
I wanted to ask how finances go, the whole festival.
All going smoothly. Payments are all flowing. Everything has been approved. Nothing to report there.
I heard the ticket sales are skyrocketing.
Oh yes, there's been a great interest from a great many from the major aristocracy.
Please send Peter my regards and thank him.
Of
He
course,
did a great job.
I shall relay it to him next time I meet him.
I also heard, I was informed by Rianne that we're gonna have a guest. An apprentice of yours.
Yes, Avlar Helheim, third son of wait, what? By the way, I wanted to ask, did Peter give me a ledger so I have some information on him?
You have some basic information, yeah.
Yeah. So yes, Avlar Helheim, the third son of House Helheim. Yes, I was to teach him the basics of administration and financial management.
Do you know when he's gonna move in?
Yes, he's gonna arrive at the when the tournament begins. He will
That
arrive
soon?
with his family and the delegation. Yes.
Okay. So we have to start preparing his room, I guess.
We apologize on behalf of the corporation and myself of not warning you further in advance.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, most of the festival organization has kind of been done, so I think we can do it. And she's looking at Rianne. I think it's possible to prepare a room for him.
Rianne nods. Yeah, she nods when you look at her.
So, would you have any more information on this Alvar?
He's a young man, 20 years of age, interested in the fields of knowledge, primarily philosophy, but also history. I'm here to advise him on the more practical manners of governance. What other information would there be in the little dossier from Peter? I assume that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any other question.
Yeah.
Would you know anything of the house? I mean, I tried to look in, but
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah. Peter wouldn't have told you anything. I was like, yeah, just trust me, bro.
I do actually have a question, Mr. Goldman.
Mhm.
What exactly was it about this young man that seems to have caught your eye? I do not wish to be rude, but you seem a man of mostly just business only, so he must have been very impressive.
I like that. He was a polite young man, far more disciplined than many of the other noble peers that I had the privilege to deal with.
So you
And I
met
just want-
this...
Yeah, I just want to make sure to give him some more practical tips, or to make sure he can also be a good governor. I think he's a good soul.
So you have met this Alvar then? Have you got a feel for his personality? She's gonna inside roll you just because.
Yeah, I know.
Sure,
I
sure.
just want to make sure.
I know
So,
what's coming.
the good thing is, Gary, now that I would say, considering you are acting in the interests of Peter, there's about 7 threat you can spend on boosting your rolls.
You're gonna give him threat to spend?
Yeah, it's amazing. So you can boost your.
You've just confirmed that he's an antagonist in our house.
He's never on our side.
Listen. It's my job here to help Freya. Sure thing. I'll buy. I'll call him with accounting. Am I allowed to deploy a free threat?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Make sure.
Son of a bitch.
You can spend more if you want. Maybe that's plus 2 dice.
Yeah,
You do have 1 momentum in the pool, Rianne.
I do. I'm not gonna split it on this one, but Rianne's.
Does composure apply? Grant?
Absolutely.
Also, Grant, do I get the XP as well?
Yeah,
or
it's just
not?
for everyone. It is an interesting loophole, but you're not gonna get it exploited too, honestly.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I need to
I'll
spend
not exploit it. Don't worry. But yeah, but does composure apply?
Yes.
Understood.
Duty observe. I'm gonna use my focus for this one as well.
I'm rolling with fucking Naira.
What?
Yeah, don't know. I always own someone else's stats for some reason when I click the dice roll.
Stop! Give me them back.
No,
Get out of there.
I don't know why this happens. There we go.
Let me know whenever you're ready. So,
Yeah, I'm ready.
okay. God
Oh.
damn
Oh
it!
my god!
God damn it!
Do we get
Damn.
momentum from that, by the
This is-
way?
No,
Fuck.
that's the contested roll.
This is how Peter, in fact,
Yeah, it's a
this is how
contested
Peter
roll.
rolls every time behind
Yeah.
the scene.
I'm crying on my knees right now. God
But
damn it!
yeah, listen, it's fine. Rianne, listen, I mean, Gary works for Peter. Trust Peter. Why would Peter
That's how
do
it
anything to endanger the ones you
ridiculous.
care about? After that lovely romantic dinner date out on the lake, where he like exposed his soul to you, you think he would do anything to like harm you or endanger you?
Man, Naira, you're gonna have a lot of work cut off for you. I'm sorry. So sorry, bro. um, Rihanna kind of relaxes a bit. Well, very well. Says you don't seem one who would just do something foolishly, so I will trust that this man at least is someone that you would trust to be here in our house.
Absolutely, he's mostly quite he's reserved and responsible. I hope this doesn't come to bite me in the ass.
It will. It will.
It will.
Very
I
well
hope it
then.
does come back to bite you in the ass.
It's called
Hello.
foreshadowing.
Those kind of roles, I don't know.
It's only when it's Peter. I don't. Anytime it involves Peter lying to me, I don't understand.
Odd 6 successes.
I'm made to check the lies. I'm failing. Very well. I will. If there's anything of note that he seems to enjoy, I will make sure to put that in his room for his comfort.
Maybe some reading material, perhaps, about this planet. Your hands, history, but he does seem fond of history.
Very well. And she kind of glances at Lady Freya. Wanted to say something, but stops herself before nodding. I will accommodate his particular needs then.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, Freya. Go ahead.
I can suggest some books if you want, Rianne.
Thank you, my lady. I know there's a niche interest that I would hate to have misjudged.
Yes. What did you want to say, Gary?
I don't know. He does seem like the kind of fellow who will enjoy a good scholarly discussion. He
That
has
would
some very interesting, some philosophical ideas.
would be nice to have a fellow who's interested in history and books and just understand someone like me.
We're a house of nerds.
That's my mission here is to couple them together. That is my job.
All of us are nerds. Look at us.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that, you have to get ready for this festival. I'm sure it will be a momentous occasion.
Every time we said it seemed so threatening.
It is threatening every time.
As oh, Rianne, check another time before you kind of going to bed. It's late at night, so you kind of go over the routine. You go over the routine, but the paperwork and the schedule for the events. This is when I spend the 4th threat.
God damn it.
Rianne, you just notice it right now. The lists have been kind of like sent, everything has been set up. But you notice it right now. At the very bottom of the list, there's swordsman that enrolled for the tournament. It's one name that stands out. Silax Orpheus.
God damn it.